figure it out as we go.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Xavier's World. How you guys doing today? Well, today guys, I'm doing a Netflix review. Alright, I just got done watching a film called All We Have. And it's with Katie Holmes in it. She directed this film. I was kind of shocked to see that Katie Holmes was in it. I've never seen her play a part like this before, but she played the part very well. Basically, this mother and daughter are traveling. They're trying to run away from the negative, the bad things. They drive in this old Ford Escort little car, and you can tell it's beat up, it's old, and it's falling apart and everything. So as they're driving, the car starts to fall apart, the muffler starts to come off. So she takes it to a shop, she talks to a guy, the guy comes back and he said, ma'am, it's going to roughly cost you about like close to $300 to $600 or something like that to have this thing fixed. She was like, no, please, is there any other way you could help me here? I don't have a lot of money. It's just my daughter and I mean, we have nowhere to go. We're just trying to make it to, I forget what town, I think it's like, I forget where they're trying to get to. And he's just kind of like, well, and then you think when she was talking to him, she thought she might, give him something else. But it didn't turn out that way, because she gave all the money that she had in her pocket, I guess, gave it to him, and I guess because after that it cut off, and then it went, you saw him back on the road again. So I'm assuming that she paid the amount, whatever, to fix the car. Because you don't know if she did something else or she paid the full amount. You don't know. So they're back on the road, they're driving, and they stop at this little restaurant, and it's owned by an uncle and his niece, and they became friends and they start talking. Well, they order food. Well, that they don't have the money because the mother gave all the money to that guy. So she's like, Mom, we can't do this all the time, and yada yada yada. And her mom goes, well, what do you want me to do? We gotta survive, and she starts yelling at the daughter. So the mom sneaks out to the car, gets the car running, daughter comes out. They start to drive off. Karma's a bitch. The car won't go forward. It goes backwards, but it won't go forward. So now they're in a hellhole. So they have to go back into the restaurant. Well, the guy was about to call the cops. She started doing this whole sob story, started just spewing it out. Finally, he gives her a chance and makes her pay it off by working for him. So he gives her a job and the daughter. They start working, and long story short, they became good friends. The daughter felt stability. She felt happy because she had a place that she could go to bed, she can go to sleep, she had food, she had friends, she was going to school. She just felt better. That's just the way she wanted it. And she was tired of all this running and lying and all of this stuff. So the mother meets, because the owner of the restaurant, there was a room in the back of the restaurant. Excuse me, guys. And he says, you guys can spend the night here and stay here and sleep here, because he knew that they had nowhere to go. So anyway, the mother finds this guy, and I know him from somewhere. I know he's got a famous wife. I know he's married to somebody, and I can't think of her name right now off the top of my head, but I know that's his wife. She meets him. He's a real estate agent. They start sleeping together, do drugs together, all of that stuff. He finds her a house. It's not the greatest house in the world. It's a fixer-upper. He says, okay, you just pay this, and as long as you pay it on time, you're not going to lose the house. So things are going great. She has a house. Well, one night she's working at while she's working at the restaurant, there's this guy there who starts to kind of like hit on her, but he's completely toasted, drunk, everything. Well, he almost pukes on her. Well, just remember that guy right there, okay? So she, fast forward, they are about to lose their house. So she's freaking out because she's got nowhere else to go. She's got nothing else she can offer. She's got nothing. Okay, so the mother gets sick, and the daughter freaks out because they can't go to the doctor. They can't afford medical bill. They can't afford nothing. So she, at her last resort, she runs next door, she's like, I don't know what to do. We have no money. We can't go to the hospital. We can't go to the doctor. My mom's sick. So some guy comes, takes care of her. She gets better. I forget what she had. I didn't quite say what she had. But anyway, so she gets better. So she's about to lose her house. The uncle's niece gets into trouble. Something bad happens, and Katie Holmes' daughter, in the film, comes into defense for her friend, and has a gun and starts to scare them, whatever. So, but Katie comes out and she's like, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. So just all of them all have their problems, but they all work together and get it resolved. Well, finally, the guy that was hitting on her, that almost puked on her, okay, comes back into the story, and he says, you probably don't remember me. But he comes back in the restaurant, and he says, you probably don't remember me, but I'm the guy who tried to hit on you and almost puked on you. She remembered who he was. Well, it turns out that he is a dentist, a very, very well-to-do dentist. And, he just lost his wife, and he was upset that day. That's what happened. That's why he was at the bar. Well, he said, my wife and I, we were going to Target, and which was ironic. Went to Target, and she had a brain aneurysm, and she died. And so he was just upset, and that's why he was at the bar. So he was just upset. So they become really good friends, and they become really close. And because he's finally the first man who really treated her with respect and dignity. And he really did care about her, and he really did love her. And I think she really did love him too. The daughter had a hard time, accepting that, because she's always just like, every guy just uses her mom. So, there was a lot to this story. It was a lot of lessons learned, and it taught you a few things that no matter how, in my opinion, no matter how bad things get in life, you can make it better. You just have to do it yourself. You have to put your big girl panties on and your face and be an adult. Yes, they had a rough starting out life. They were wrong for what they've done, but you have to look at her shoes and think, okay, I got to do what I got to do to survive for my child. Even though her child was older, you know what I mean? You do what you got to do to survive in a world. And I hate to say it, but people, will cheat and steal just to get by, which is wrong. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. But she was afraid that if she went and got help, that they would put her daughter into foster care, and she did not want that to happen. Or a group home. Did not want an orphanage, whatever. She didn't want that. So, just to make the long story short, she ended up with the dentist guy. They lived with him. They had a house. They had a car. The girl went to school. And just life was simple. I thought the story was really good. There were times it kind of dragged a little bit. I kind of like, okay. It just dragged a little bit, but it got better. So I definitely would recommend this film. Like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an 8. There was a lot of lessons to be learned and taught. So you just learn from that. And you just make the most of your life, and within your means and your budget, so I thought it was a really good movie. I definitely would recommend it if you guys are looking for something like that, or if you're a big Katie Holmes fan. I think you guys might like it. Yeah, so again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys next time back here on Xavier's World with another Netflix review. I'm going to be watching another film here very soon. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and please hit that bell so you'll be notified when I upload a video. And give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever, it doesn't matter. Either way, life is good. Alright, I will see you guys all next time. Until then, remember, God